Hey everyone, it's Lars here, and welcome back to Virtual Paddock. Today I'm back in RaceRoom, checking out the new On the Edge DLC pack, which brings us 3 very different but all very exciting new cars. Actually, it's even 4 new cars to be exact. It's the McLaren 570S GT4, the KTM X-Bow GT2 and GTX, and the Mazda RT24-P. So I'm gonna take each of them for a drive. Let's go. Right, so starting with the McLaren, thought I'd go from lowest power to highest. And this one's powered by a 3.8 liter twin turbo V8. Though quite heavily restricted, given that the road car version of this one produces in fact around 570 horsepower, as the name of the car says. But this GT4 racing version is more around 430. Feels very nicely balanced. Cut a bit too much. I noticed that I've harmonized with this car immediately. So it's not particularly understeery or oversteery. Maybe a bit more on the understeery side even. But maybe that's also down to RaceRoom's baseline setups. I haven't done anything to the setup yet. But yeah, as I said, drives very nicely. I mean, the GT4 class in RaceRoom has quite few cars these days. There's the Porsche, there's the old BMW M4 GT4. Mercedes, KTM also has a GT4 version, and the Lotus Evora, and now the McLaren. So, great car. Right, so next are the 2 KTMs, and I'm starting with the GTX. So this one's powered by a 2.5 liter turbocharged inline 5. The engine is in fact produced by Audi, and in this version, the GTX produces 530 horsepower. So the power on this one is more like GT3 level. Though you do notice it has a lot less downforce than a GT3 car. In terms of downforce, it's pretty similar to the GT2 class. Run wide. You can tell there. Generally, it's also quite nicely balanced. But of course, it's not on rails like higher downforce cars would be. Now this car, unlike the GT2, this one is in its own class. It's more of a cup car. So in fact, in terms of downforce, I don't know if in terms of downforce would be similar to the Porsche Cup cars. But it does have this roughly the same amount of power. It's probably less downforce than the Porsche Cup cars. Maybe that'd be an interesting comparison. Right, so that's the GTX, the KTM X-Bow GTX. So now the KTM X-Bow GT2. And this one actually has the same engine as the GTX. So again, 2.5 liter inline 5 turbo made by Audi. And this version now producing 600 horsepower. So it's quite a bit more powerful than the GTX. And this one joins the GT2 class in RaceRoom. So along with the Porsche 911 GT2 RS Club Sport and the Audi R8 GT2. Does feel a bit faster than the GTX. But I haven't checked exactly. Again, very nicely balanced. some reason it feels a bit heavier than the other one, but I'm not sure if it really is. I actually think that they're probably about the same weight. I hate this chicane. So yeah, that's the KTM X-Bow GT2. And now there's just one more car to go. And last but not least, the new DPI, the Mazda RT24-P. Driving it, of course, at Daytona. Where else could I drive it? Locking up. Completely messed up the hairpin. Of course, the car itself, love downforce, love power. Not sure how much power actually. I think around 620 I read. I'm not actually sure right now. This one's obviously a really high downforce car. I can just throw it through here and get off track. But yeah, obviously this one is more or less on rails. But you can upset it in some tricky braking zones, as you just saw. Certainly feels a lot of fun to drive. Okay, let's hope that I can keep the lap this time. No. It's very easy to just throw it through there but take a bit too much curb, and RaceRoom is obviously very strict. Yeah, lap time around 1:38, this one. Could easily go faster. I haven't done any setup work, and I'm not that comfortable with this track. Right, so those are the 4 new cars in RaceRoom from the On the Edge DLC pack. I enjoyed all of them, but particularly the McLaren for some reason. I found myself really harmonizing with that car, and I could very well see it being one of the cars that I'll be coming back to in the future. Anyway, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video. So, till next time, use the downforce, and see you soon.